We go to the White House.
Why?
After almost 2 weeks, first we had Israel hit Iran with a barrage of missiles targeting their military sites. Then the United States stepped in and hit them with 6 bunker-busting bombs targeting their nuclear sites.
It is what it is.
And now the President of the United States just announced a ceasefire between Iran, Israel, and the United States.
Do it!
I'm Jazz Berganzo on this. First, I pray that it's true.
Yes, of course.
Second, you hear all that? It's all the crying. But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Your daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Tuesday. Well, you thought the first 24 to 48 hours of the weekend were something. Well, you haven't seen anything yet. The last 24 hours have been just wild and crazy. After 2 weeks, 12 days, after almost 2 weeks and 12 days, we had nonstop anxiety, nonstop worrying, nonstop concerns, nonstop issues regarding Israel, United States, and Iran. First, we had Israel jump in and hit Iran with a barrage of missiles aimed at their military sites with pinpoint accuracy, taking them out, and of course with very little or if any casualties at all. No, there were some. I think it was maybe under 25. I think from what I last read. Then United States stepped in and hit them with 6, count them, 6 bunker-busting bombs aimed at their nuclear sites. Perfection. They got in, they got out, they got home. So then we heard about, Iran's retaliation at sites where there are where there are U.S. troops in Syria and in Qatar. Then we heard a barrage. Not a barrage. We heard a number of accounts saying there are over 1,000 sleeper cells, Iranian sleeper cells, in the United States, and of course that came from Tom Homan, of course, the border czar. Now we have the President of the United States come out and says, hey, there's a ceasefire working between Iran, Israel, and the United States. I pray that it's true. This, out of Breitbart. Trump announced a ceasefire in Iran-Israel 12-day war. President Donald Trump announced on Monday, yesterday, that Israel and Iran had agreed to a complete and total ceasefire after 12 days of ongoing war between the two countries. Quote, congratulations to everyone. It's been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now. Of course, this was as of yesterday. When Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their progress, final mission for 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended, Trump wrote in a post on Truth Social. Quote, officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start their ceasefire. Upon the 24th hour, the official end of the 12-day war will be salted by the world. During the ceasefire, the other side will remain peaceful and respectful, Trump said. Trump continued to offer his congratulations to Israel and Iran for having agreed to a ceasefire on the assumption that everything works as it should. And of course, you can see the full declaration of a ceasefire on his Truth Social site. Quote, this is a war that could have gone on for years and destroyed the entire Middle East, but it didn't and never will. God bless Israel, God bless Iran, God bless the Middle East, God bless the United States of America, and God bless the world, Trump added. Trump chose the title 12-Day War in a clear allusion to the Six-Day War of 1967, another dramatic victory by Israel over its enemies. The 12-Day War is no less dramatic a victory, and perhaps even a greater one, opening a path for greater peace and prosperity in the region, and for India, Middle East, and Europe economic corridor, trade route Trump has touted. Breitbart News editor John Pollock also reported that Israel had reportedly sent messages to Iran through intermediaries, indicating that it was intending to end the ongoing war between the two countries. So this has been going on for several hours prior to Trump's announcement. One, like I said in the beginning of this, I pray that it's true. I really pray that it's true. That there is no further escalation as far as what went on during the last 12 days. And I pray that Israel pretty much, sticks to their guns and says, okay, we're in agreement. Iran, more than anyone, more than the United States, more than Israel, says, hey, you know what? We need to talk about this. We're going to come back to the table. You know, here's what we're going to do, and hopefully be done with it. But Iran has a history. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this, Iran has a history, a long history of being the world state sponsor of terrorism. This is not just the last 2 weeks. This is not just what happened, October 12th, October 7th of last year. I'm sorry, of 23, excuse me. Wow, it's going on almost 2 years now. But it goes beyond 9/11. Prior to 1979, when the Shah came in, basically when the Shah was ousted and Khomeini came in and pretty much has wrecked that country and the region for the last, 4+ decades? Going on 5 decades now? Nothing's been the same. There's been just outright terrorism by that country and by those who affiliate with them and those who agree with them for the better part, like I said, of going on almost 4 or 5 decades now. So, can you take this with a grain of salt? Yes. Hopefully it's true. Pray that it is. That there is actual agreements between all parties, especially Iran's part, that Iran comes to the table, and says, hey, you know what? Yeah, let's get this done. We don't need this to go any further. We don't need any more bloodshed. We don't need any more unwanted, wanton destruction, especially being that both Israel and the United States have got each other's back. Now, you've got to have those. And it's been ongoing the last several weeks, between certain fractions of the conservative movement, i.e. MAGA, i.e. conservatives, from Tucker Carlson to Candace Owens to everybody in between, saying, I didn't vote for this, yada, yada, yada. Now, hopefully that's over. Where are these guys going to stand? What are their opinions going to be? What are their comments going to be? Should be a very interesting next 24 to 48 hours, as this thing gets hashed out and worked out, and hopefully, prayfully, that things get resolved. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always, and we'll see you next time. Peace.